In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on August 12, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Jacksonville Jaguars vs. Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys and Jacksonville Jaguars will meet this Saturday at a TNT Stadium. The Jaguars had a successful season last year, winning the American Football Conference South with a 9-8 record. Meanwhile, the Cowboys finished 12-5 and earned a wild card spot in last year's playoffs. Both teams are looking to build off of that year and hopefully go further in the playoffs this year. The Jaguars are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 road games and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Cowboys are 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 home games and 22-8 against the spread in their last 30 games on field turf. The under is 4-1 in Jaguars' last 5 games overall. The under is 4-0 in Cowboys' last 4 games overall. The underdog is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 meetings. This is a preseason game, so this is honestly a toss-up. Cooper Rush and Will Grier will be battling for the backup role behind Prescott, so you can expect both to try their hardest for Dallas's offense. The majority of Jacksonville's offense is set already going into this game, so we should see them be a bit more relaxed. The Cowboys have a new offensive coordinator at the helm, so I expect him to do his best to impress his bosses early with a solid offensive game plan. The Cowboys also have a slight edge playing in front of their home fans. There's a new offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer, calling plays for the boys this year, and I believe he will be out to prove himself in this game. There is a lot of talent on the Dallas offense, and Rush has proven to be a legitimate starting quarterback. I don't think the spread should be larger than a field goal with the Cowboys at home, and predict we'll see a competitive performance from Dallas, even when Jacksonville starters take the field. Jacksonville may lead the game for a while, but once its starters are out of the game, it will see its lead begin to slip away with Rush or Grier out-dueling Beathard. The Cowboys won't give up too many points on defense after halftime, locking in with the home crowd at its back. The depth chart looks almost identical to last season, even in the second unit. That continuity will be evident in preseason week 1. I have a hard time laying anything more than a field goal in preseason action. And while Prescott and other Cowboys starters likely aren't going to play, you can say the same about the Jaguars, a team that has a deep playoff run in mind. This is going to be a game between backups, and we know how that can play out. I'll take my chances with the Cowboys at home and the free points. So the Dallas Cowboys to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Patriots struggled offensively last year, and the Texans were not good in any aspect of the game, so that was to be expected. Both teams are going to want to get their offenses acclimated and show they can be lethal with their attack after the previous year. Jacksonville will surely want to get Calvin Ridley back up to speed after missing the past season, and the same goes for Dak Prescott on Dallas's end. While they won't play the majority of the game, there are several opportunities for other players to establish their roster spot on offense for both sides. The conditions are better as well, so we should see more offense in this contest as well. In the first preseason game between the Texans and Patriots, the final score ended up being 20-9. I have confidence that these teams will have more points than that in this contest. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Eagles vs. Baltimore Ravens. A full slate of football is here as all 32 NFL teams are playing a preseason game this weekend. The defending National Football Conference champion Philadelphia Eagles are set to take on the Baltimore Ravens on Saturday night. Philly's expectations are high after reaching the Super Bowl last season, while the Ravens are looking to start fresh after losing to the Bengals in the wild card round of the playoffs. This is the first preseason game for both teams. The Eagles went 1-2 in the preseason last year, while the Ravens went 3-0. The preseason legends, or in other words, the Baltimore Ravens, begin their season against the Eagles in Baltimore on Saturday night. Lamar Jackson won't be suiting up in this one, but that hasn't affected anything for the past few years. The Ravens are currently on a 23-0 preseason win streak, dating all the way back to 2016. They literally have not lost a preseason game for 2,899 days now. It's only right they make that 2,300 days. The Ravens have good depth at the quarterback position and will be relying on Tyler Huntley, Josh Johnson, and Anthony Brown in this one, all of whom played in regular season games at some point last season. The Eagles seemingly don't have as much on the line here, and they will be resting their star players. Marcus Mariota appears to be starting under center, but after he exits, likely prior to the second half, there's no real threatening playmaker left on their depth chart. This idea of no big threats outside of their original starters basically goes for the whole Eagles roster, which makes sense considering the amount of talent they have in their starting core. The Ravens do not only win in preseason, they dominate. They have won 8 of their last 10 preseason games by 7 or more. Hurts and Jackson are both great quarterbacks, but neither will have an impact on the outcome of this game. Baltimore is deeper at quarterback, which will make the difference in the preseason opener. Philadelphia is likely to give a lot of reps to Ian Book and Tanner McKee, and either would be lucky to get a final roster spot. Tyler Huntley is a solid backup, which means he will be a top-level preseason quarterback. Josh Johnson is experienced enough to not have any preseason jitters, and Anthony Brown played well last preseason. This trend is impossible to ignore. The Ravens have been dominating the preseason for years, and it won't stop now. I'll gladly side with the Ravens in this one, and considering the Ravens are 13-1 against the spread in preseason Week 1 games under Harbaugh, the Baltimore Ravens to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Ravens come into this game as a pretty big favorite, at least by preseason standards, but that is what you get with a team that hasn't lost in the preseason in almost 8 years. Baltimore will be at home, and you know they don't want to be the team that breaks the streak, but this is also just an exhibition game. Both of these defenses had great seasons in 2022, and they should be just as good this season. I think we are going to see a close game here. The backup quarterbacks should have plenty of issues with these defensive schemes, and I am leaning towards a low-scoring game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Chargers versus Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams play host to the Los Angeles Chargers on Saturday night from SoFi Stadium. This marks the preseason opener for both teams as the city rivals look for bragging rights, along with an idea of what to expect this upcoming season. These two squared off on New Year's Day last season, with the Chargers dominating the matchup. With plenty of questions surrounding who will even see the bulk of the time in this one, there's no doubt that it could go either way. The Chargers will come away with the win in this one, as their youth leads the way. While a regular season game might lead to a different outcome, the Rams aren't expected to play many of their superstars. The Chargers' youth has been well noted over the last few years, while a strong draft in the spring brings along plenty of talent, all itching to see the field. That youthfulness will be a major difference in this exhibition. I've taken the approach to preseason NFL that it's about two things mostly: coaching and depth. And I think you could make the case that the Rams have the edge in coaching, but I think the Chargers have the better skill players in the backup slots. The Rams have more spots up for grabs throughout the depth chart, so that could lend itself to more competition and guys trying to prove themselves for the Rams. But at some point, I think it just boils down to which team has the better players, and side by side, I believe that's the Chargers here. This game is going to come down to Max Duggan, and he's going to have a big game here. Duggan was a standout at TCU, and he's going to be strong here. I am also not really sold on any of the Rams' backup quarterbacks, and the Rams are going to really struggle to get any type of offense going here. This is going to be an easy victory by the Chargers. So the Los Angeles Chargers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This game represents the first preseason game of the season for both teams, which is sure to come with some issues and rust out of the gate. Beyond that, both teams will be using a heavy dose of backups in this one, only adding to the struggles, especially on the offensive end. With plenty of reasons for hiccups in this one, expect scoring to be on the lower side for Saturday night. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.